Okay, let's move on. So you were a Nepo baby. You are a Nepo baby.
Yeah. Full-blown one.
Full blown.
Mhm.
So isn't it crazy that you now have a Nepo baby?
The whole Nepo conversation is really just a conversation about privilege. And I think having that dialogue with your kid is important. And I think talking about it is important.
So
and I think
good.
awareness is important. So I think it's just a conversation of awareness and understanding.
Did you know you were going to be famous?
No.
You're
but-
so good at being famous. I know that's a crazy thing to say.
Thanks. I feel really bad at it all the time. Like,
you're so good at it. Like that was a PR. That was perfect.
We seriously need to talk about Hailey Bieber right now, because this girl just went on a podcast and started clearing the air like never before. She hopped on In Your Dreams with Owen Theo and started breaking down all the rumors flying around about her. And of course, somehow Selena Gomez's name came right back into the mix again. There's a whole situation bubbling up between Selena, the Biebers, and even Selena's company, and it's turning into a total storm online. So here's what went down. Owen asked Hailey straight up about being labeled a Nepo baby, and she didn't dodge the question at all. She gave a calm, collected answer, but still admitted something wild. She thinks she's actually bad at being famous. Can you imagine someone who grew up in Hollywood saying she struggles with fame? That's a shocker. Then things got even deeper. Hailey started addressing all the mom talk that's been going around. People accusing her of not being a hands-on mom.
I think everybody sees you as this gorgeous woman with such a career, and I think they're like, oh, she has 150 nannies and she doesn't ever see her baby. And I think just knowing you, that is so the opposite of who you are.
I'm someone who I always wanted to be a mom, so I'm super, super, super hands-on with my son.
Totally.
I do have help. I have full-time help. And I'm super not ashamed to say that, and I would never shy away from talking about that, because I wouldn't be able to have my career do the things that I do without the help, and I feel really grateful for that. But even with that, I'm super, super, like, constantly...
We just took a break so Hailey could ultimately text about
Yeah,
Jack.
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like, if he's not with me, he's with his dad. He's always with, like, his family. He's always with somebody that, he's always with one of us or with somebody, his godparents.
The internet's been wild with comments claiming she's always out or working while her baby's nowhere to be seen. And Justin's getting dragged into it too. Fans have been saying stuff like, "You've got a kid. Why are you streaming all day?" Because Justin's been live streaming non-stop lately. But here's the thing. I personally think the Biebers are playing this smart. It looks like they're purposely keeping their baby off camera to protect their privacy. So obviously, when we see them out and about, we're not going to see their child. Still, that hasn't stopped the drama from building up, and people online are eating this up like crazy. Hailey made it clear that being a mom is something she's always dreamed about, and she swears she's super hands-on with her baby. But she kept it real too, admitting that she's got full-time help so she can juggle everything. The brand, deals, the modeling, and all the chaos that comes with being Mrs. Bieber. And honestly, that makes total sense, because she casually mentioned she still gets a full 8 hours of sleep every night. Then Owen hit her with a wild question. What's the craziest thing you've ever read about yourself? And Hailey couldn't help but laugh. She said she's seen a ton of ridiculous headlines over the years, but one rumor stood out to her as just plain insane. People actually claimed she was Justin's manager. Can you believe that? Hailey said she thought the whole idea sounded hilarious, but get this, a lot of people online actually believed it. And that rumor really picked up last year when news broke that Justin was cutting ties with Scooter Braun.
I think there was one that I thought was funny because it was so stupid and so ridiculous. This is the one that comes to the top of my mind. A couple months ago, it was like, Hailey is doing management for her husband. Like, I'm taking over to be his manager. I was like,
what?
There's no world in which that would ever...
You have a full business to run of your own.
But also, that's my husband.
Well,
like,
100%. But also,
what do we think is going on here?
One, that's your husband. Two, you have a full career in life.
Fans went into full detective mode, saying stuff like, wait, is Hailey the one calling the shots now? Or is Justin trying to fire everyone and keep things tight in the family? It was chaos. Because let's be honest, Scooter has been in Justin's corner since forever. So when Justin suddenly dropped him, people couldn't stop speculating. Was there beef between them? Was Scooter shady behind the scenes? Or did Justin just want total control of his own empire now? The internet was spinning out of control with theories, and Hailey being called his manager was just the cherry on top of that wild rumor storm. There were so many rumors flying around about Justin and Hailey that it was hard to keep up. People were convinced Justin wanted to keep everything in the family, like he didn't trust anyone outside his circle anymore. Some fans even swore that Hailey was about to step in and start managing his whole career. Others threw around crazy talk about money, saying Justin owed people or people owed him, which only made the gossip louder. Everyone was saying, maybe he's just trying to let Hailey handle everything herself. It was madness. But Hailey shut that all down real quick. She said that was one of the craziest things she's ever heard about herself. She made it clear she would never want to mix business and marriage like that. She loves her husband, but she's not trying to be his manager or business partner. She basically said, that's not my lane, and honestly, that's fair. Then she dropped another bomb. She finally addressed that old rumor about her skincare line. Remember when people were saying she originally wanted to name her brand using the Bieber name? Well, Hailey made sure everyone knew that was never true. She told Owen that from day one, her plan was to call it Rhode, because it's actually a family name that means a lot to her. Still, people online weren't buying it back then. They were out here saying she tried to trademark Bieber for clout, and that she only switched to Rhode after things got complicated legally. So yeah, this podcast was basically her setting the record straight. Not just about that rumor, but about all the weird stuff people say about her. And one thing that really got to her, the fact that people online try to insult her by saying she looks trans. Hailey called that out as completely ridiculous. She said it's disgusting how people weaponize looks to be cruel. She wasn't having it at all. And you could tell she meant every word. So get this! As Hailey was pulling up to Owen's apartment for the interview, a drone literally started circling over the building.
I cannot believe there was a drone outside of my little cup where I live, my little apartment. That's insane. I mean, it's great for me. I'll be on People Mag.
I'm also like, what do you think I'm doing? What do you think you're
what
catching? I'm visiting a lover.
Wait, literally, I'm dead. Or you're like jumping on an album. Maybe you're featuring on the album.
I'm recording.
Would you ever record?
No.
Like, are you kidding? They actually sent a drone just because Hailey Bieber was there. She couldn't believe it either. She was laughing, but also kind of annoyed, saying stuff like, what do they think they're gonna catch me doing? Sneaking around to see a secret lover or something? She found the whole thing straight up ridiculous. But things got even wilder when she started talking about her experiences with the paparazzi. She said one time she was in her car just trying to drive, and a paparazzo literally pulled up in front of her car, not behind, not beside, but right in front, and started trying to snap pictures of her through his rearview mirror. Like, what? That's so unsafe. Hailey said she was panicking because it was actually dangerous. And honestly, who wouldn't freak out in that situation? So she ended up pulling over and yelling at the guy. And here's the crazy part. She was on the phone with Owen while it was all happening. Imagine being on a call with Hailey Bieber while she's in traffic screaming at a paparazzi to back off. It's wild. Watching that part of the interview, you could just feel how real she was being in that moment. Usually, celebs keep it super polished. You know, they've got their talking points ready, every word perfectly planned. Like, when she answered that Nepo baby question earlier, it was clearly something she's practiced saying 100 times. But this story? This was raw, unfiltered Hailey. No script, no PR filter, just her venting like a real person who's totally over being followed everywhere. And honestly, it was kind of refreshing. For once, it didn't feel like a media-trained answer. It felt human, messy, and even a little funny. Like you could tell she's tired of the nonsense, but still trying to laugh through it. Hailey straight up said she was shaking after that run-in with the paparazzi. Like, she actually got full body chills. She said the whole thing felt like something straight out of the early 2000s, when celebs couldn't even breathe without cameras flashing in their faces. And she made it clear, those photographers were lucky her baby wasn't in the car that day because she would have gone off times 10. You could hear the fire in her voice when she said it, even she meant that. But now, we gotta switch gears because somehow Selena Gomez's name got dragged right back into the mix with the Biebers. Again! Yep, these three can't stay out of the same headline for long. This time, the drama kicked off over something that happened on TikTok. And honestly, it's kind of messy. So, a random girl posted a video with the caption, POV, making Justin Bieber mad with my rare beauty gloss. Yeah, she really said that. It was clearly a joke, but fans were not amused. The comments blew up with people saying things like, why would you post that? And that's so weird. It got so bad that the video basically vanished. It's not even on her page anymore. But here's where it gets crazy. People started noticing that the official Rare Beauty account allegedly commented on the post with a heart eyes emoji. Yup, you heard that right. The same brand Selena created. Multiple screenshots started circulating online, and some fans even claimed they had screen recordings to prove it. That instantly set the internet on fire, with people wondering, wait, did Rare Beauty really just flirt with a video shading Justin Bieber? No! Some think it could have been a total accident. Maybe an intern didn't realize what they were commenting on. Others believe it might have been hacked, or worse, a subtle move to stir up attention. But the wildest theory? That someone from Selena's team purposely did it for promo. People are saying things like, maybe they wanted to get people talking again, keep Rare trending. But honestly, both Rare and Rhode are massive brands at this point. They don't need cheap drama for clicks. Still, it's suspicious that a verified account would leave that kind of comment on a post that even mentions Justin. You'd think they'd have strict rules about avoiding anything tied to the Biebers. Either way, fans caught it instantly, and now it's blowing up across every platform. So here's where things get even messier. People are now saying maybe that heart eyes comment wasn't even shady on purpose. Some fans think the person running the Rare Beauty account might have accidentally commented from the wrong account. Like, they meant to use their personal one, but forgot to switch over. Can you imagine that panic? Still, even if it was a mistake, it's wild, because that post literally mentions Justin Bieber before it even gets a Rare Beauty. Like, how do you miss that? But no matter what the truth is, it's definitely weird. Fans immediately started calling Selena and her team messy, saying that if this was intentional, it just wasn't a good look. And it's so funny because this whole Selena, Hailey, Justin triangle seems to never take a break. 1 week, everyone's team Selena. The next week, everyone flips and starts defending Hailey. Then someone gets labeled the stalker of the week, the weirdo of the week, or the obsessed ex. It's like social media just can't move on. You'd think once Hailey had Justin's baby and Selena married Benny Blanco, people would chill, but nope. The drama just refuses to die. These names are practically tied together forever now, and every little thing one of them does instantly drags the others right back into the spotlight. Whether it's a TikTok comment, a podcast moment, or a paparazzi clip, it always circles back to Selena and Hailey somehow. And honestly, it makes you wonder, do people even want the drama to end? Because it feels like every time things start to calm down, something tiny blows up and starts a whole new internet war. But hey, that's exactly why we're here. Because you know this story is far from over, and tomorrow's upload is gonna dive even deeper into this chaos. There's way more tea brewing behind the scenes, and trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. So make sure you turn on those notifications and subscribe to NoFilter. We drop daily celebrity gossip videos every single day, and things are only getting hotter from here. Smash that like button. Share this video with your friends and drop your thoughts in the comments. I seriously want to hear what you think about this Selena and Hailey mess. I'll catch you in the next one, right here at NoFilter, where the gossip never sleeps and the drama's just getting started.